Yeah, so I wanted to discuss about the content of the next video.
Okay, so what's you gonna be talk about in this video?
Yeah, like the topic name is permanent motivation, like how
Okay.
one can be permanently motivated. So I was thinking from long back, like how, like like many people go and watch YouTube videos and get motivated. Later on, they are not motivated.
Exactly, that would be actually interesting.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
thinking
because many people would be eager to know what is permanent motivation.
this
How
is, I
can
feel, the very basic problem
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
motivation.
Yeah.
People, you cannot expect the people to be permanently
yeah,
motivated.
yeah,
So if really you have something to do with regarding the
yeah.
permanent motivation, will be
yeah,
helpful.
because right, we all
Because I have seen a lot of motivation video like we have Sandeep Maheshwari.
yeah.
He talks about a lot of things, but
Yeah, I
we
also
forget it.
see in his videos that
It's temporary basis.
temporary motivation.
And he always says that that motivation is temporary.
Yeah, that's
So
what.
what is your stand on
So
that?
yeah, I also seen some of his video. Then I thought then I started to think in that terms is there anything which is which makes a human like to be permanently motivated? So yeah, so I'll not waste much of time. So directly I'll come to the point.
Yeah.
So let's say if I tell what is like we say if you are if someone is talking to you or if you see some video, you'll be like motivated, right?
Yeah.
You'll be very energetic and all.
Yeah.
So, but after going home or maybe after 1 day, 2 day, you'll not be motivated.
Yeah.
So you know,
It's a kind of like you feel the air in the balloon and sometimes back after sometimes it will come down.
Yes, it's
So-
like that. So I've been thinking about that. So the reason is, so I deeply observed the reason is when someone is motivating you or when someone is making a whenever you are seeing a video, what he's telling is he's telling you the positive points about something which he wants to get motivated.
Yes.
Like
Exactly.
for example, so that is nothing but a motivation. So that is nothing but the motivation which they give you. And obviously there is a science which says that when someone tells about positive, then you will also feel very positive, very energetic. Similarly with negative point also. So if someone is telling, then he is telling the positive point. And what happens is after 1 day, after few hours, why you will not feel that much motivated is because at that point of time you will not remember all the positive points which that person has told.
Yeah. This actually I can relate. Recently, like when I was preparing for like my interview to get into some good MNCs, I relate with that because what I do to motivate myself is I listed down all the benefits of what happens
Yes,
if I study this.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
then I was able to like concentrate on my study.
That's
And
what I wanted to tell.
Exactly.
So that was my next point. So and it's not possible that one particular point of time you remember all the points. That's why at that point of time you will not be that motivated, that energetic. So if you want to be permanently motivated, then you need to know all the points, all the positive points which someone has told. So what you need to do? You need to store. Store means you need to write somewhere. As you told, right? You have written. So that's the reason. If you write down everything,
yes, it
and
works
then if
well for
yes,
me.
So you mean to say if I write something and suppose I'm
So if-
sleeping and I'm keeping those checklists on my next to my bed. So when I woke up, I can
Yes.
see those
Yes,
things and
yes.
it can recall me and
you will be like,
help me to
you will be
get motivated.
energetic. If you want to do something, you want to go gym.
And there
You
is
are
a
not-
science behind it actually. I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
say, because
Mind mapping and all.
map is something which is
Yeah.
Yes.
easy,
Lot of
easy
things
to
are there.
remember.
Yeah.
So once you hear something, it's very difficult to remember than what you see. So that is a normal science which works.
that is there.
Yes.
So
So your eyes see something can remember longer than what you
remember
hear.
also, and if you see all the positive points, it will create energetic, and then whatever your goal is, you will work towards that.
So it's very simple thing that you
Yeah.
practice something, you become perfect on these things.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm not going. I don't want to go outside the topic. The thing I wanted to tell, like if I'm seeing something on my checklist daily.
Yeah.
Every day if I see,
Yes,
I will do that,
yes,
and
yes.
that will make me
Yes.
to do something, do the
Yes, it
things
will.
which can achieve my.
Yes. You will also remember that. Yeah, so we are making you have to make the checklist, and whenever you want to be motivated, I mean you feel low or you are you are kind of demotivated, then go see the checklist, and then you will be motivated, and then you should you will be easily carrying on with your work. So now, so this is, we say, see, these are nothing but permanent motivation is not a magic on all, because everybody wants magic and all. We don't believe simple things. These simple things only will eventually make a huge difference in our life, actually. So these are nothing but simple things. It's a simple thing you need to follow.
It is very simple thing that magic doesn't happen overnight.
Yes,
you
yes,
have to do for a I mean,
yes.
you have to do it
For a long
day
time.
by day by day.
Day by
and
day
it
you
will
have to-
happen. Then you won't believe that something has happened.
Yeah. That is there. So that is there. So yeah. So that is about permanently motivation. We'll talk about something like how someone is motivating, whether that is a correct motivation or no. So let's talk about some points related to that.
Okay.
So let's say ki, you feel whenever now. So now I'm talking about the motivation. Which motivation videos you have to see in case at the start point you want.
Does
to
it even matter?
Huh?
Which motivation video? I didn't get that.
Yeah. I'll tell.
Which motivation video matters means, is there a different kind of motivations as well?
So it doesn't mean like sometimes obviously you'll watch motivational videos, right? So what we do is we just go randomly and watch any motivational videos in the YouTube.
Yeah.
So my point is whether that is useful for you and me and some other people. So I have a point here. Let's say what happens is, for example, or if let's say an example of if someone is motivating you, okay, you have gone and you have searched some motivational video you have seen.
Yeah.
So maybe let's take an example like you have come from office, so you have office work to do, but then you are little bit frustrated of the work, something is not solved, you have to solve it, deadline is there, something like that. So if someone is if you are frustrated, then you just go on YouTube or somewhere, you just watch motivational videos, you just see. There some people might say money is not everything, family is also important. Then what you will do is, like at that point of time you will feel that you are motivated and you will be little bit relaxed. You'll close the laptop and you'll be relaxed, and next day you will go to the office. You will feel like you are motivated, but actually it's not the truth. And actually you are demotivated because you already left family in your village and you have come because their job is not there, and come to the city and you are working.
Now I
First
understand.
thing is you will miss the family, and second thing is actually you are not doing your work. Actually running out of the problem is not a solution. Actually it's a very thin point. You should not run away with the problem. Many people think in many different cases, oh, I'm doing this, so maybe this is not right for me, I'll do this, this is the solution. No, running away from the problem is not a solution. Solving the problem is the solution.
This is where people go wrong. Actually, what I need is somebody to motivate me to do my work.
In your direction.
But instead
if you see very generic videos, then it will not motivate
will
you.
not
So-
always fit me in
Yeah,
my
yeah,
particular
because
situation.
if
You are saying that we should watch the motivation video towards our goal.
towards your goal, towards your goal.
Like,
What your
if I want to be a cricketer, I should watch a
Yeah.
motivation video from a cricketer.
cricket perspective, and then you'll say ki then you told about permanent motivation. What I'm telling is, first you watch the video,
Mhm.
and then you make a list, and then every time no need to watch. That time you have a list and just go through it. Every time you can't watch this thing, right? Videos. So here, and I'll give you another example. So if someone experienced people is telling like, let's say I'm taking another example. If someone is telling like, okay, money is not everything, family is everything. So actually, do you think he's right? Actually, we are not right because we are listening to him. Actually, he should be, he should understand first of all that he might have achieved success. If we are going to listening someone, he should be a
Yeah.
successful person, obviously. So he has achieved success. Some people define success as who has more number of money or achieved something great,
Yeah.
right? So if he has achieved, if he has more number of money, I mean, he has achieved good amount of money,
Yeah.
success in his life. So what will happen is he will obviously would have sacrificed his family some or the other point of time. Means he might have given less time in
Some
for
people
the
do social
yes.
work, they neither get the money nor get the names.
Yeah.
But still they feel success.
Yes,
Because that is what they feel happy with.
That's
Yes,
what
yes.
he is passionate about.
So actually, definition of success, I would say is different.
So that is different. That I'll come to
for
that.
each person.
So what I'm telling is, so if someone is telling that money is not everything, family is also is also important. He means he will tell that or you can say he will value that only if he's missing that.
Yes.
Or if he has already missed it,
It might
because
not be
obviously,
important for
obviously what would have been happened with him is like to achieve something, obviously you have to sacrifice some or the other thing. Similarly, an example, if you want to enjoy your New Year maybe in Amsterdam as well as London, you can't be same place both the. At the same time you can't be at the same place both the places, right? So similarly, he might have sacrificed some or the other thing. So what he has sacrificed, he feel obviously every way human being will feel that he don't have.
Yes.
So that's why he is stressing on that point. But for me or for you, maybe we have family, we want little bit of money.
The motivation behind any person is what that person wants to do. So that is how he can be motivated all the times for his goal, right? It's not like someone has told that family matters more than money, that we have to focus on the family.
Yeah, that's what.
We have to focus on what we want actually.
Yes.
And then we will
Exactly,
be motivated
exactly.
in our life.
Yeah.
Because the situation on a different person's life is very different.
Yeah. So that's what I wanted to
Different
tell.
expectations and
Your
different definitions.
what you want, you only will know.
Yes.
Because whatever you want will depend on n number of factors.
Yes.
Maybe 1, 10, 100, or maybe anything.
Yes.
You will not tell. You have not told anybody. 100 factors. He is telling very in general. Maybe in case you have come to get motivated for a job, he knows only job. But what is your financial condition? How soon you want a job? For every different situation there might be. If you want job soon, there might be different way of achieving that, different path. So each and everything will have a different. Each an individual will have a different.
Just motivation is in say very vague
Very
term and
vague
will not
term,
work for everyone.
So if you
Motivation toward particular goal is what actually is useful.
towards goal, and the more relevant it is, that you need to also filter it whether it is relevant to me or no. So that you have to find. And you might have seen many people will say, some people will hate, hey, what he's telling I don't like. Why? Because it's not his problem. Maybe if I am telling I want to motivate you, I'll tell no, in life this is important, or you say in life you have to do this. It's according to my definition. Some not 100% people will like, because for you the definition of success or definition of happiness is different. So I cannot guide in general. I cannot say you have to do this in life, you have to do this. No, I am wrong. Many people are doing that. Maybe many people will be convinced, but not 100% will get convinced.
Yeah, never.
Guidance means that should be
I
done for
completely
each and every individual. If he is lost, if someone is not getting guided, then where he will go? He will think, because in the world everybody are telling ki, this means in life you have to do this, do this, do this, do this. If they are only telling, and his definition of success or happiness is different, so where will he go? How will he get motivated?
Exactly.
This is the biggest
Involving,
point.
we have to find our own way to
You have
own definition of success. Like what I want is the success for me.
Yes.
And we have to work.
And
on
one
it.
more thing is, if someone wants to convince you, this is a one big fact what I have observed is, if someone wants to convince you, what he will tell is, he will give you the failure scenario. he will tell, okay, if you are convinced about something, okay, so what he will tell is, no, this will, if you do this, this will happen, do this. Means, let's say, I'll give an example. Let's say I'll tell a quote, practice makes man perfect. So
Yeah.
you guys believe?
Yeah, of course,
And,
everybody
and
believes
now
that.
quotes are
Yeah.
reinvented. Like,
Yes.
perfect practice makes man perfect.
Yeah.
So you guys believe? So if someone asks why you will believe, I'll say ki practicing in the right direction will make you perfect.
Yeah.
So which means what?
Exactly.
First also you told right, now this also you told right.
Yeah.
Which means what? Both are right. Which means what? By second point, I can convince you by telling you some failure reason, right? So if someone wants to convince you, he will tell you about the failure scenario, and then he will give you some other solution which you can overcome.
Yeah.
So similarly, all the books you see, all the motivational videos. Why there are thousands of motivational videos? Because if you make one motivational video, from that he will take one point, he will make another.
Yeah.
See, same thing happens in movies
The-
also.
the-
He will create one scenario. Oh, this might fail here. So he'll give you one solution. Then you will believe, because when you see, oh yeah, this might fail. So then you will realize, yeah, he is right. So there is nothing right or wrong.
Mhm.
What you think, what suits you, that is right. Then so that's why don't, you should not believe anyone, because if you are you might be convinced, but think through, go home,
Mhm.
and then you see, then you will realize, you will think through and think about all the scenarios. You will realize that there are some other, there are some other cases where it might fail. So you have to do what suits you.
Yeah.
So that's why people get convinced, or they say ki, oh, some people have done hypnotize and all. Nothing like that. They'll just tell, as simple say, they say, what is mind wash? Mind wash is nothing but a
There was-
positive points
Yeah.
told which you don't like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every coin has two sides. Right?
Yeah,
So
two
which
sides.
one he is trying to show you? If
Yeah,
you
yeah,
are looking
that-
into that only, you will know only one part of it.
That you have to find what is the correct side for you.
Yeah. So I wanted to tell one more point. Like, you see various motivational quotes, motivational images on phones and everywhere, banners and all that, right?
WhatsApp status.
WhatsApp status also. So what is actually these quotes? So if you see deep inside that, it is nothing but someone's opinion. So
Okay.
it's nothing but someone's opinion. But these days, what our mindset is like, oh, quote means it's truth. Quote is equal to truth. It has become like that nowadays.
So you mean to say like someone's get successful and whatever he thought
Based on
about
his
based on
experience, he will.
experience.
You don't know who is reading, right?
Yeah.
Quotes are truth, but not in all the scenarios.
It's about his, about his point of
Personal
view,
experience.
what he has lost or what he has gained. Regarding that, it is.
Exactly.
So that's why we should not, as I told in my one previous video on career guidance, that whenever choosing a career, you should not ask, opinion, ask information. Similarly, I would say you should not read also opinion, which is nothing but a motivational.
No, I would say you should read, but you
I mean,
see that is that
applicable?
relevant for me or
Is
not.
that relevant?
But
for-
but sometimes what I feel, I mean, for a layman, right?
Yeah.
So you have done a good enough research on these
Yeah.
things, and
Yeah.
you are kind of very self-motivated person. I found in my
Yeah.
life. So, but not everybody can conclude something out of that. So
Yeah.
even if it is relevant, right? What I would say, for a layman person,
Mm.
it is very hard to decide what is good for him, what is bad for him. Is the main problem
No,
here.
for that.
So your point is correct, but yeah, if people know, right, how motivation works, what is like how
Exactly.
they think and
There
react
is
on
one-
those things,
for
they
that-
can actually derive
Exactly.
this.
No, for those kinds of person, it is very important to know that what he wants actually. Then
That
only
is-
he
that
can
is
see.
needed. Even without
See,
knowing that,
yeah,
motivation can't tell you
Yeah.
what to do.
Yeah.
It can tell
Yes.
you have to do.
Yeah. That's
That's it. But you need to decide on what.
So
to do.
what is good? It's like, here is a one important point is what is good, what is what is not right, what is right. In certain situation, some things may be right for you, some things may not be right for you.
Hmm.
So anything related to what is good, what is not good, what he has to do at that situation, only he knows.
Yeah.
Because as I already told, there are n number of factors it depends on, and only that person will know what he has to do. And
Yeah, as everyone's life
Yeah.
is
It's
very different.
very generic for most of them.
yes, it's a very generic. So let's say, as I told that even even if for a very biggest thing, like people say ki, you have to do something meaningful, you have to do something useful, something like that. So for some, like who is abnormal, or who is not good, or for some very different random person, that might not suit, because this will not cover 100% of people. Then what he will do? Because you are telling that you are defining that in life you have to do, or you are defining that success means this. That is not right. For him, that might not be the right thing. So that can only be known by knowing what is his or her definition of success, happiness, and various other things. So nobody can, not everything can be suited, right? So we have to understand, and we have to also understand that we think that we get convinced, right? Why we get convinced is because, as I already told, it's about the failure scenario. Once someone tells about failure scenario and gives some solution, we believe. Same thing is happening in motivational quotes, images. You feel, that's why you feel this is also right, this is also right, this is also right. Because
But we have to choose what is the right for us,
yes, exactly. That you will
and that we have to apply on
that
our
you will know.
life.
And also there should be a limitation on what you want to do. I'll give you an example. Like, let's say you are seeing some video. You are randomly seeing. You are not motivated. Nothing you want to motivate, or simply you are seeing. Then let's say, like you have seen someone has brought car at the age of 26. Okay, and now you will also feel you will also want car, and then, but I would say is you have to see your situation and lot other factors. I'm not telling you to aim big. What I'm telling is, at 26 someone has brought car, someone has brought flat also, and someone has done that at the age of 24, 22, 20 also. So it's an infinite loop. There is nothing to which you can't achieve. People have already achieved. So there should be some limitation, or there should be something which some threshold. You should have that sense. Okay, I think I'll be able to do this much. You should have that practical sense. So that is also important thing.
We have to know our capabilities also.
Capability, that you can achieve more. Also, it's not a
I'm not
capability,
agree on
but
that, because capability is something which you cannot limit to.
yes.
Yeah,
You cannot know your capability.
Yeah,
it is
yeah,
limited
yeah.
to something.
You want to go beyond your capability.
But you know what resources you have, what you can do
what you
within
can
the
do.
available resources.
Yes.
That you can, if you are defining as a capability, is fine. But as a capability, it is infinite.
My point was, like, if you want to run a marathon and you have never done it and you are starting fresh, then you will start, like, you will run a 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, 3 kilometer, and then you will be able to do that 15 kilometer marathon or 20 kilometer marathon.
Yes.
So that initially you
Yeah,
won't
yeah,
have a
slowly.
capability to do that 15 kilometer.
Yeah,
marathon.
slowly,
So,
eventually
yeah,
you will do that.
slowly you
Yes,
can
yes.
increase your capability,
Exactly.
and that can motivate you.
Yes.
Yeah, of
That
course.
will obviously it will motivate you. And one more point I wanted to add here is, like, whenever we see, okay, 26 he has achieved it, and you are 25. Like, now you'll say, yeah, he has achieved it 26, let me want to achieve it. So you will try to try hard, but you will not realize that you are starting the goal of achieving something right from 25 after seeing the video. But he might have started his dreaming, or he might have done some practice, some savings and all that. 7 years, 10 years, maybe from childhood.
God knows.
We don't know. But what we do is we directly, he has achieved. I mean, we directly put ourselves into that situation. So we should understand that thing also. And sometimes by seeing this also, we don't live in present, and we just lose our happiness, and we try to live in future. Okay, let me go and achieve this. And even though you know that you are starting now, that people has to understand that they are starting now. It will take time, but for some people, they get
that is
frustrated. They
immediately
get
we decide on
Yes.
something by looking at some.
Yeah.
We don't know what is the background.
So
behind
in turn
it,
it's
what
like
is the
Success is not a overnight
journey.
journey.
journey. Yeah, it will take
So
time.
it will take time. You have to do it
Yeah.
and keep on doing it.
Yeah.
It will come. Then you will not realize that
Yes,
you
yes,
have
yes.
achieved your success.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to tell, even if you see this kind of videos, you will get demotivated
Yes.
also.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
So
We need
that's
to understand always everything.
yeah.
all
There are
the
a lot
time.
of things. Even someone might come and say, no, this here it fails, and somewhere you can improve. Yeah, lot of things are there because it depends on n number of factors. Even scientists, everything they do research, and then after few years someone will prove them wrong. Why? Because it would have been dependent on some other factors. So we nobody knows what is right, what is wrong, but you should know what is right for you, what is right in your situation. So regarding that, you should do all your this thing. So I just wanted to tell in general, so that I am not telling any specific thing. I am just telling the generic way of motivating yourself, permanently getting motivated.
You are telling basically it's a little bit funny also. You are telling. You are not telling. You are telling generic thing to be very specific.
Mhm.
You are telling generically
Uh-huh.
to be people very specific.
Yes, exactly.
So this is what
Exactly, that's my point actually.
So your points also says that everyone has to find their problem and solution for that problem.
Yes, exactly.
We can say that generic and permanent motivation is specific.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why you need to find information, whatever information you gather, and then you just. I think.
And motivation is something you that every time you won't get it from a successful person. You might get it from your friend or
Yeah.
colleague.
Exactly.
Right.
Why you
someone-
get that? Why you get that? Because
Because
that
you
situation
see that.
suited you.
Yeah.
That situation.
And
suited
that-
you.
I have
you will
seen,
get.
I have
That
seen
will you
lot
get.
of
Who get why they got negative? If motivation only is motivating you, you shouldn't have gotten from this.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's nothing but each individual situation it depends on.
Yeah.
So that's why. So I hope by seeing this video,
It's a good point,
some people will.
I've never
follow-
found such videos like saying that what motivation is and how it
Yeah. I've also seen many motivational video. Nobody.
Something
has
you
found
say that positive point as you told, right?
Ah.
Something says positive and negative point about
Yeah,
something and
yeah.
you get motivated.
So-
but
so-
that is always temporary and that is always a specific.
Yes,
also.
yes,
That's how
Will not work.
Sandeep Maheshwari also tells.
Yeah,
Everyone.
exactly. I've seen. Has told that there is nothing called permanent.
That is what the general definition of motivation is.
Yeah. So it's and everything here, it's all representation. We don't know what is exact truth. So it's all about that is another topic. That is a different one.
That
so,
we can talk it in later videos.
Later on.
Yeah.
I think by this many people will be benefited.
yeah.
Like it will be helpful for many.
Very helpful.
Yeah.
We need to know even like how you before you like you are preparing for some exam, maybe UPSC exam. You need to know what the syllabus is, what the pattern is.
Yes.
Similar way, if you are going to achieve goal, and for that you need motivation toward that, you need to know what and how it will work for you.
Yes, exactly.
Every
exactly.
motivation will not work.
Yeah.
This is really a good content.
Yeah.
Simon, I would say.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for your research. It will really help
Yeah.
get on some people, I guess.
Okay, thank you. Okay, or else I will make this only video. We'll share this.
Yeah, that is also fine. Actually, I have put recording it,
Oh, okay.
So as we are going into discussion, right?
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
thought is let's record it, and what happens into discussion we'll analyze.
Okay.
But
I thought
it will
it's just a setup. You will. I thought you will
But
always
I think it's a great discussion we had it, and whoever sees this video,
I think
they
they
may get it a lot of thing from this video.
Yeah.
So this was the science of motivation, science
Yeah.
behind motivation by
And this guy, he made us he keep on motivating us.
Always.
So always, and he has done a lot of motivational things which we see and get motivated from him.
Yeah. And while riding also, I'll guide like very specific. Like I ask, okay, what is your situation, this situation, this situation. So if someone wants to guide, if you all, I know you both are also guiding your juniors and helping others also. Whenever you are guiding, ask, understand more questions, and if you face again, analyze like what again specific questions can ask, and that way you can try to answer them specifically. You can guide them specifically.
Yeah,
I
of course.
think-
Once you get the question, you can be able
Sure.
to answer it.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't get that question, you
Yeah.
will not be able to
Yeah,
answer
obviously.
the question properly.
Okay then, guys.
Yeah.
I think this all points and topic is for the people who wants to get motivated, plus the people who is actually motivating. They need to
Yeah.
know
Yes,
how
exactly
to-
what it is, how it works, and what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.